Hi everyone, welcome to my page. Today we're going to do some makeup over 60 on mature skin, which is exactly what I have. I'm 68 years old and I have all of the crow's feet, which are up here. I have the crepe skin on my lid as well as under my eye. I have marionette lines and I have cracks above my lips. Now I have good lighting too, so it doesn't show as bad as it really is. But I tell you what, it is definitely there. Today I'm going to use two brushes. Normally I use one palette, which is what I'm going to use today, these 4 shades, and I use one brush. But I've enjoyed using the smudge brush to place my makeup. Usually I use my finger. Today I'm just going to use this brush because, I don't know, I used it the other day and I really did like it. It made placing so much easier. But you don't need this brush. You can actually apply with the brush you blend with. Matter of fact, let's do that. One brush, one palette to create one layer of makeup. And again, this makeup is cream. It's beautiful makeup. It's mature skin friendly for sure. And it's not going to settle into all these lines and wrinkles that I have going on. So let's get started. This is the 3D brush with the bunny tail in and the little domed in. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with this dark shade, which is Contour. Contour is a scary dark shade. You're probably wondering what the heck I'm going to do with that. I'm going to just put it up here on my forehead. And why am I putting up here? Because I am creating a shadow and I am defining my face and giving it more depth and definition than it has. Everything has moved south, so what we're going to do is give everything a lift. So here we go. We've done the forehead. Now we're going to come to these cheekbones. And what I'm going to do is squeeze my brush. And I'm just going to find that cheekbone and go right up the cheekbone and just give myself a little bit more of a chiseled look than I have. See the difference? This one looks a lot better than this one. You notice it more. So what we're doing is we are just creating shadows and defining our face because our faces have sort of fallen as we have aged. Now, we use these different shades because each one has its own job. And I'm just going to clean my brush off right there. Now, we're going to come back and we're going to define the jawline, which we're going to go right here, creating a shadow. So you notice more of a chiseled jaw than what I normally have. I also have a turkey neck. So what I'm going to do is go right underneath here where these jowls are and see the shadow that created. It brings my chin forward, so you notice that more so than the turkey neck that I have going on. As we age, we either get a turkey neck or we get a double chin. It's like there's nothing in between. And again, once we hit our 60s, wow, we need some work. So what we're going to do, again, is tap into the contour. We're just going to stay on the top of the nose and we're just going to make some little lines because we are going to elongate and make the nose just a little bit narrower than it actually is. Then we're going to have what's left on the brush and we're just going to define that bottom lip. Make it look a little bit larger than it actually is. So easy, so simple. Now we're going to move to, let me just wipe a little bit off of this brush here onto a towel. Now we're going to move to the next shade. That is our contour shade. We're going to move to the brightening shade. Brightening an area brings more of a presence. In other words, we're brightening the face to where it's more noticeable. Since we created shadows, now we're going to brighten. And we're going to come right here in the center of the forehead. I like to use like the tops of the arches of my eyebrows, and you want to brighten down. Then I'm going to pinch it, my brush again with my brightener, and come right down the center of the nose. Notice how that makes your nose look a little bit longer and just a little bit more of a narrowed look. We're going to catch the Cupid's bow and the center of the chin. There we go. Now we come to the eyes. No one has ugly eyes. So what we're going to do is we're going to brighten the eyes, because we are going to, that's where we want people to look when they are speaking to us or when they see us. We don't want them to focus on what's going on down here. We want to lift everything to where our appearance is more like it used to be. So again, we're going to brighten the corners, inner and outer corners of the eye. And notice I did not go underneath my eye, and I brought it down just a little bit on either side of my nose. You don't want to go underneath the eye because of the crepe skin that is there. Now, if you want to look more lifted, we can create a focal point by coming right up from the corner of the eye into the temple. Look what a difference that makes. It gives you that little bit more of a lift just by putting our brightening highlight right up there. Such a difference, and so simple. Now, if you have smile lines, marionette, these are just folds, and what these folds are doing is creating a shadow. Where we put a shadow with our contour shade, with our brightening shade, we can take that shadow away, which the fold will still be there. It's just not going to be as noticeable. What could be better? So there you go. We've used 2 shades in our compact. Now we're coming to the main shade. The main shade is just a filler shade. We put it where we don't have any other makeup, like right up on the forehead, right on our cheeks, down and up where the bearded area of our face is. Just a little bit over, because we didn't put any right there. And again, less is more with cream makeup. If you can feel this makeup on your face, you're probably using too much. So what we want to do is just fill in those areas with a little bit of this cream makeup. And there you go. We're ready to blend. You can blend at this point. However, I like to add my Lip&Cheek or my blush shade. This is a gloss that you can use as your blush shade. Look how pretty that is. This is a really pretty pink. Normally, I prefer more of a color, like a red or a coral or something like that, but this shade is a pretty pink too. It's not real loud. It's not like Barbie pink. And so it's just really a pretty shade. Now we're going to come up here because this is Lip&Cheek. So again, we're using everything that's in our palette and nothing more. There we go. This is my makeup bag. Could you imagine not having to dig for everything in your makeup bag like we used to? Dump it out on the counter and you still can't find it. Everything is in this palette. And again, I even have another one with a little bit of color, another layer in this particular one with some bronzer and a eyeshadow brush cleaner. So they're different size palettes, but to start, you only need the palette for. Okay, now let's go to our setting spray. Cream makeup does need to be set. You can use setting powder or a setting spray, or you can use both. Sometimes I use both because I live in Southeast Louisiana and it's a very humid climate, even in the winter. So some days are really bad. Like today, the humidity is terrible. So what I'm going to do is you can spray your face, then blend. You can blend and then spray your face, or you can do like me. I like to just spray my brush and blend as I go. I like using a damp brush because I think the blend is a softer blend and a prettier blend. So here we go. We're going to start at the jawline, where we put that contour, and we're just going to circle blend it and then drag it down the neck. Always remember, the only time you blend down is on the neck, especially with mature skin. But you don't want to blend it out like you would with a liquid. You want to just give it a soft blend so the shadow stays there. See how you notice more of my chin than my turkey neck? That's what we're looking to do. We're looking for it to be us, but a little bit better. So now, I apologize. My internet is terrible today and it keeps jumping in and out. But we're just going to do a little thing called stippling, and we're just going to gently stipple, which is tapping and pressing this makeup into our skin so it wears like a second skin. And it also is blending as we go because we want a soft blend. You don't need a lot of cream on your face with this cream makeup. It's very pigmented, so it's going to give, like, this is a medium coverage. It's going to give a medium. You can do a full coverage, and I'll show you how to do that if anyone wants to see it. But this is going to be a light to a medium coverage. If you want to go with a heavier coverage, we're just going to change the brush. Everything else stays the same. But we're just going to stipple, blend, see? And now we're going to come to the nose. We're just going to tap. Again, if you blend like we were taught, you're going to mix all of the shades together, and you're going to a muddy mess, and you're not going to like that. You want each shade to stay where you put it, and that's what will happen. Now, we tapped right up the nose, so we're just going to tap on either side. Again, we're not swiping like we were taught to do. We're just tapping and putting this where we want it to go and where we want it to stay. Look how pretty this is. The finish is you get that youthful glow that we used to have back in the day, so to speak, and it just gives you a more refreshed, a more awake, and just a more presentable. Now we're just going to continue up to the forehead with our stippling, and again we're just pressing this makeup into our skin. If you can feel this makeup on your face, you're using too much. So we're just stippling, stippling, stippling. Now I'm going to circle blend very gently, like I did around my jaw, the contour, because it is a little bit different of a consistency, and you need to just go up into your hairline. Don't leave the white hairline there. Be sure you've circle blended it up in. And again, you don't have to blend, 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 and don't do this. Don't swipe and do this like we were taught to do. You almost have to unlearn how you work with liquids and with powders, because again, we just want to stipple. And I think it's my light, but it looks like, there we go. Got that blended. Now, the only thing we have left to do are our cheeks. So you don't want this distinct line like when you place it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tap up and down, soften it, then grab with our Lip&Cheek or your blush, whichever you want to call it, and move it right up. See how I still have the darkness of the shade there, but it's not a distinct line like on this side. And that's all we're going to do, is just tap it up into the temple. There you go. What a difference. Can you believe this makeup is so mature skin friendly? Again, I'm 68. I have all the issues going on of everything drooping, and I'm just notice how, this is just a little tip, notice how when I put my Lip&Cheek or lipstick on, I didn't go all the way to the corner of my mouth like we used to. This is going to keep your lips from drooping down. So that's a good thing. Hi, Ann. How are you today? So we're going to keep them from drooping down and keep them going up and everything lifted. There's multiple uses too to what's in your palette. Your contour you can use on your eyebrows. You can use it as eyeshadow. And it's just, what do you want to do? The Lip&Cheek, some of these are just beautiful as eyeshadow as well. And again, everything is in one palette. This is my makeup bag, and I have this one brush. We placed it with the brush, and we did the blend with the brush. What could be easier? Again, cream is where it's at. I wish I had found this so much sooner than I did, but better late than never. So how do you get started with this? It's so simple. You just need a color match, and that's what you have me for. With your color match, you're going to get me as your coach, so to speak. I will FaceTime with you. We will video chat, whatever we need, because this is very intimidating. When I first ordered, I ordered just the 4-pack. That's all I wanted because I didn't know if I could do this. If I can do it, anyone can. Now, I think floating on the screen, hopefully, is the Colormatch link. If not, just comment match and I'll be happy to send you the link. What I want you to do is go to a window in your home, open your curtains, and let the natural light come in. Not sunlight, just natural light. And I want you to be makeup free. I know that's scary, but that's what we need to get your perfect shades. Your palette isn't going to look like mine because these are, probably won't, because these are custom color matched to me. And that's another thing. These are individual tins, so we build your palette for just you. What could be more special? The color match is 100% free with no obligation to buy. What happens if you take the plunge and you order and this just isn't for you? No problem. Seint has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So my question for you today is, what do you have to lose? Not a thing. Thank you so much for joining me today. I would so love to color match you. Thanks for blessing me with your presence like you always do, and the support you give me. It means the world. You be the reason someone smiles today, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.